should really keep the lights off more because my skin looking good right now. I'm like, oh my god, my skin looking good right now. Hold the fuck up.
Miss Crazy Biggity, what's crack? Fucked on a friend and I passed that bitch through the team. Ass so fat, but
What's up, guys? Your boy Mouse here, and I'm back with another story time. And you read the title right. I've been catfished. I mean, I met the person, and I met them in person, but yeah, they did not look like what they looked like in their picture. Oops, but I'm gonna talk about it when we get to the story. So let's get right into it. So this happened like maybe 4 years ago. And there was this guy, we're gonna call him Ryan. So Ryan and I met through Facebook, and I was actually he added me first on Facebook, and this is when I was like starting to get on and be more active on Facebook. And so he added me, and then I looked at his pictures and I thought, okay, this guy was cute. He had nice brown thick curly hair, he was black, he was medium built, and plus he could dress. So I'm like, this guy can really be interesting. So I looked through his photos, it seemed authentic, but yeah. And I just thought, okay, this guy looks cool, so I added him back. And then right after I added him back, he immediately started to message me. He was like, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, how you doing? And he was like, I'm good. I see you on Facebook, and I know you on Twitter, because at the time that's when I was just getting more active on Twitter as well. So he was like, oh yeah, I seen you on Twitter. I'm like, yeah, I actually go on there from time to time because I'd be bored. And then he was like, oh, well, you looking cute, right? You looking cute in your photos. I'm like, thank you. And we was just talking and conversing. He was complimenting me, and I was complimenting him, and we was just exchanging words. And so he was living in the Boston area, and I'm like, oh really? And he was like, yeah, he lived in Roxbury. And so after a couple of days, we started to get to know each other. I told him about what's happening in my personal life, which I shouldn't have done that, because I need to know a person enough to actually tell them about my personal life and what I've been through, because I don't want them to take advantage of that. So I should never done that. But yeah, I told him about my personal life. He did the same, even though yeah, it didn't matter, but he did the same. I was really interested because he'd been through a lot. And yeah, so he told me his story. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it's crazy. I'm not gonna say it on camera, but yeah, he's been through a lot. I'm just gonna say that. So later on, he told me, do you want to have lunch sometime? I'm like, yeah, I'm free on the weekend because mostly I have school throughout the week, so I can be free on Saturdays. And he was like, yeah, we can meet up at Olive Garden in South Bay on Saturday. What was it, probably, I think this happened in April 2015. Yes, yeah, this happened in April. Yeah, April of 2015. So I'm like, yeah, we could hook up on Saturday, April 2015. I don't remember the day, but it was happening in April. So yeah. And he was like, okay, so I'm gonna let you know what time to be there. And I said, I'm like, okay, that's cool. So while I was trying to prepare myself to meet a guy for the first time through Facebook, and I meet him in person, so I want to figure out what I'm gonna wear, what I'm gonna look like, what I'm gonna smell like, what my breath smells like, because I make sure I was clean to the max. I make sure I had a shower before. Don't mind outside. Hold on, let me close the window. I made sure that I had to shower the night before, and I had to pick up the outfit that I was gonna wear. And so what the fuck? Yeah. So I had to make sure what I was gonna wear, and I had to make sure if he's still available on Saturday, because sometimes these niggas be flaking on motherfuckers, and I had to make sure that niggas was still on that plan, So I told my parents that I needed a couple of dollars for me to load my trolley car, which is the bus. That's the bus. Boston's transportation, the the trains or the buses, the public transportation. And my mom gave me a couple of dollars. I loaded my trolley card the night before, and I came back to my house. The next day, which was Saturday, I went on the bus to Ashmont. If you're from Boston, you know these stops. So I went from the bus to Ashmont. From Ashmont, I went to Andrew Square, and then afterwards, I took the bus to the bus to South Bay Center, and I went on there, and I was at Olive Garden. It was like around maybe probably 1:30. Yeah, it was like 1:30, and he said that he was gonna be there by like 1:45, and so I was there early as hell, because sometimes if it's not work related, sometimes I might come early, sometimes I might come late. It depends on the transportation, or if the buses and trains is acting right, because Boston's public transit is trash as hell. I'm just gonna put that out there. Whoever lives in Boston can relate, because the Boston transportation, the T is fucking trash, bitch. It is. Like, okay, but anyway, so I went to Olive Garden, and I was waiting at the side of the room, like waiting to like my table to be called, and then the guy was like, "Oh, this is for Amancio and Ryan." I'm like, "Yes," and he showed me to the table. I was like mostly in the back, near the window, but by the parking lot. So I was in the back by the parking lot. It was like it's like a one section, because it was multiple tables like outside of the booth. So yeah, it was just me at the table, and I waited for a good 20 minutes, from 1:30 to 1:45. It was that's 15 minutes, but it was over that limit. I waited for 20 minutes. So by the time like 2:30 came, I was pissed. Like, he made me stay. I sat down there for an hour waiting for this man to show up. I kept on texting him like, "Hey, are you still coming? Hey, are you still coming to the Olive Garden?" I kept on saying that multiple times. He responded once. He said, "Yeah, I'm on my way there." After that, he didn't say nothing else. So I was pissed. I felt like I wanted to go. I didn't get my damn appetizer yet, because there was other people still trying to get their shit. So I was waiting for my appetizer, and I was damn hungry that day too. So you know I was heated. So I'm like, this motherfucker better come on now, or else I'm about to leave and find something to eat. So 2:40 comes, guys. 2:40. He was like, "Oh my goodness, you're Amancio, right?" When I looked up, I'm gonna say it was a disappointment. He did not look like his picture on Facebook. First of all, he told me that he was 5'5", and at the time was 5'3". The motherfucker was 5'10". That's one. Two, he had on the dirtiest clothes. He had stains on his chest area. He had stains on the bottom of his shirt. He had like a jean jacket on that smelled like the sewers, like the garbage. Let's not even talk about the looks, y'all. Oh my God. The man, he told me that, I'm not saying his age, but between 20s and 30. He's between like the he's like, let me just not say this. And I'm not saying his whole age. He was like between the ages of 18 and his early 20s. Yeah. I was too young for this bitch. I was too young for this man, by the way. But like, yeah, oh my God. So, yeah, I was talking to him. So, he looked alike. Oh my God, this man. First of all, he had a beard. In his picture, he did not have a beard. He only had a mustache. He had a whole beard. He had crust in his eyes. He has literally no hair. Like, it was bald. And yeah, and by the way, his breath stink. Yeah, this is like a big turn off for me. If your if your breath is stinking and we're at dinner, that's a huge turn off for me. I don't like nobody stinking breath in my face. Like, it's bad enough that sometimes my breath may stink, but at least I have gum in my bag. He had no gum, no fucking mouthwash, or yeah, he didn't say none of that. So he said, "Hey, Amancio." I'm like, "Hi, who are you?" Because I really did not know who he was. I'm like, "It's Ryan from Facebook." I'm like, You're Ryan? You're Ryan?" And like, yeah. So we sat down, And he was like, oh my God, it's so good to see you. You're a lot shorter in person. I'm like, and you're a lot taller in person because you told me you was 5'5". You're like taller than me. Like, you're like 5'10". Like, what is this? And he was like, oh yeah, sorry, I meant to tell you about my height. Like, I'm actually 5'10", because sometimes I don't really like, people seem like they don't like tall people, because at the time, like, I think he was in Boston, really, like, I don't know, but like that's what somebody said. He was like, people around him who used to like, he tried to date somebody, don't like his tallness. They didn't like his height, and I'm like, I don't mind the height, but like, why did you lie to me? You lied to me about your look. You lied to me about the way how tall you are. I didn't even know your personality yet. I mean, I did, but like, you told me bits and pieces, but like, what's the deal? And so later on, we ordered appetizers. Another big turn off for me is people who literally did not wash their hands, and he smacked on their food. This man's hands were so dirty, guys, that you could see the literally dirt particles in his fingernails. And plus, he kept on smacking so loud on the breadsticks. I mean, I don't really smack on no breadsticks. I eat breadsticks, and I really eat them directly with my mouth closed. I eat them loud as hell. And I'm like, okay, like, can you please close your mouth? And I didn't really want to say that to him, but like, I was thinking that. I'm like, can you please close your mouth? And he was just, you know, talking, and he was talking with his mouth full that way. It's just another turn off. Like, when you're talking with your mouth full and stuff just comes out your mouth, it's just like, it's ill. Oh my, it's just ill. So when I went to the bathroom, I literally stayed in the bathroom for a good 10 minutes. I didn't really have to use the bathroom, but like, I just stayed in there because to get my mind right, because I was just kind of thrown off. So when I was in the bathroom, I tried calling my dad, and I tried calling him on the phone, telling him to please come pick me up in the next 20 minutes because I'm really ready to leave. And he was like, no, because he was at work, so I can like, shoot, I don't even have a ride home. So I guess I would take the bus again, and he's gonna probably find out. So I was trying to think, like, how can I leave this place without him noticing me leaving? So I went back to the table. I was just slowly grabbing my stuff, and he was on the phone, and so he said that he had to go out for a minute, and so he was on the phone for like a good, like, I guess 10 minutes. So I slowly packed my stuff in my bag, got my stuff together. I almost went out the door until he literally saw me running out the door. He was like, where you going? We just ate appetizers. I'm like, oh, that's how I was like, I was just getting some fresh air. Bitch, that was a damn lie. I was not getting no damn fresh air. It was hot as hell that day too. So it was like, oh my God, it was so awkward at that time, because it was like, I was trying to leave and he caught me leaving. I'm like, oh shoot, I go back in this place. And he was like, why are you leaving? Like, why are you really leaving? It's because of my parents. I'm like, that's one of them, but like, I need to like go because it's a family emergency. And he was like, oh, okay, so when can we see each other? I'm like, we can always meet up some other time, and you know, we can just, you know, hang out and see, like, and pass by, whatever, and you know, I'll say what's up, you say what's up to me, and you know, we could chat. A damn lie. So I went back to Andrew Station, and I walked over, by the way. So I walked over to Andrew Station, and I went back on the red line to my house, and I didn't really talk to him. I unfriended him on Facebook, and ever since then, we haven't really spoken since. I guess he seems like he was pissed, but he was not trying to show me that he was pissed. But I was kind of like, okay, I was ready to leave this date because this was trash. It was trash. Anyway, guys, that's it for the story time. If you liked it, then comment your thoughts and leave a like while you're at it too. Follow my social media is also in the description box down below. And until next time, bye my loves. My whole life has changed since you came in.